Hello everyone, my name is Sohail Sham. I am Assistant Professor in Management Studies. Welcome to my 14th lecture on the subject Management Process and Organizational Behavior. In today's lecture, we will be discussing on the topic the Hawthorne experiment under neoclassical theory of management. We will be discussing Hawthorne experiment which form the basic of neoclassical theories. We will also discuss the various subdivision of Hawthorne experiment and the various experiments under Hawthorne experiment. They are basically 4 experiments which are given by Alton Mayo through Hawthorne experiment. So we will be discussing each of these experiments in brief, and we will also discuss the finding and conclusion of these experiments. So let's start with the topic in brief. Introduction to Hawthorne experiment. Hawthorne experiments are carried out by George Alton Mayo. George Alton Mayo is also said to be the father of human resource management. So, Hawthorne experiment, the introduction of Hawthorne experiment is carried out by George Alton Mayo and his team between the year 1924 to 1932. These experiments were intended to examine how manpower at workplace would react to certain conditions while working in formal organization. So, these experiments are basically related to the manpower who is working at workplace for productivity in an organization, and the organization and the management will create certain changes in the physical factors of the workers in the organization, and examine that what will be the impact in productivity if we make certain changes in the physical factors of the employees working in the formal organization. The Hawthorne studies were initially undertaken to investigate the relationship between physical working condition and employees' productivity. Right. So this is the two balance thing which is related to. The experiment is basically related to making physical changes in the working of the employees, so that the productivity can be seen, that how much productivity can be created by how much change. Some of the major phases of Hawthorne experiment are elimination experiment, relay assembly test room experiment, mass interview program, and bank wiring observation room study. Today in this lecture we will be discussing each of these experiments in brief. Well, let's start with the topic. Illumination experiment. Illumination experiment was carried out in the year 1924 to 1927. Illumination experiments were undertaken to find out how varying levels of illumination affect the productivity. Illumination is related to the lighting at workplace. It means, according to this experiment, if we make certain changes in the lighting at workplace, then what will be the impact towards worker, and what will be the impact towards the outcome, towards the productivity in the organization. In this experiment, 2 groups were selected from the employees. One group was placed in the room where lighting remained constant. The other group was placed in another room where lighting remained varied periodically. Right. So here two groups has been maintained among the employees, and in one group there will be proper lighting, and in another group there will be lighting varied periodically. The hypothesis was that the higher illumination will provide the higher productivity. Right. So it is assumed that if we maintain the higher illumination, if we maintain the higher and the right quality of lighting in the workplace, then the productivity will increase in the organization. Surprisingly, the output of both the groups increase at the same level. Which groups? these two groups. Both the groups are said to be the two groups in which the first group was the lighting remained constant, and the second group is the lighting varied periodically. So the productivity of these two groups remained the same. The production in the experimental group decreased only when the illumination was decreased to the level of moonlight. It means the experimental group productivity in the experimental group will decrease only when the light falls below the normal level, right? So if we dim the light below the normal level, the productivity will decrease, right? Thus, it was concluded that lighting was a minor factor and illumination did not have any major effect on productivity. But something else was interfering with the productivity. Therefore, another phase of experiments was undertaken. Right. So this is all about illumination experiment which is conducted by Alton Mayo and his team in 1924 to 1927, in which major changes in the lighting at workplace take place, and it also determined the productivity that it has been concluded that there will be no major factors which affect the production related to illumination method, right? Coming to the next experiment, relay assembly test room experiment. This experiment is conducted in 1927 to 1928. In this experiment, the test room consists of 6 female workers. So basically 6 female workers has been selected among the employees, and they made a frequent change in the working condition of these 6 female workers. The physical changes are shortening the working hours of the employees, eliminating Sunday working conditions, increasing the rest period, the break time, providing hot lunch facility, providing informal and friendly supervisors, free interaction among the members of the group, providing more incentives, and so on. So these are the facilities, extra facilities which are provided to these workers, these employees who are the 6 female workers of the formal organization, and these facilities has been given to them. An observer was associated with these girls to supervise their work. Before each change was introduced, the girls were consulted. They were given opportunity to express their viewpoint and to concern the supervisor. In some cases, they were allowed to take decisions on the matter concerning them. So, at every level, there is a feedback from these girls, these female workers in the organization, so that they can get a right feedback. It is seen that the productivity of each group, this group, this 6 female workers group, has been increased, even when the improvement in the working conditions were withdrawn. Right. So they are provided these facilities even after the withdrawn of the working condition, the atmosphere, the environment in which they were working. A set change was introduced. Right. This change was after getting this change. What happened? Absenteeism decreases. The employees has become regular to the office, right? Morale increases. The morale of the individual, the morale of the workers increases after getting these facilities, right? Less supervision was required, right? There is no need of any supervision. There is very less need of supervision in formal organization because all are performing their duties with self realization and self determination. It was assumed that the productivity increased due to the changes made in working condition. These changes which are made in the working condition, due to these factors, the productivity is increasing. It has been assumed. Thus, the researcher decided to revert back the original position, that is, no rest, no other benefit, no extra incentives, right? No facility, no hot lunch, no informal supervisors, right? So the researcher has decided to take back of all these benefits. But surprisingly, productivity increased further instead of going down, right? So after taking back all these facilities, all these advantages from the employees, from the 6 female workers, instead of the productivity going down, it is coming up, it is going on the same way. So it is very surprising. So what will be the result? The result implies that productivity increase not because of positive changes in the physical factor, but because of the changes in girls' attitude towards work and their work group, right? So there is a change. Now there is a change in the attitude of the girls, right? So this is the factor, right? The second point, they developed a feeling of stability and sense of belonging and sense of responsibility, right? And sense self-discipline, right? So by providing these factors, the girls have become self-responsible, self-accountable, right? Self-realization, self-dependable, right? And they are there is a close relationship, there is a good and sound relationship between the supervisor and the workers in the formal organization. It is said to be a friendly relationship in the organization, which increase the morale of the employees, which made them to perform by themselves, right? Without any force, without any supervision. There is no more supervision required. There is no more force should be required for performing their duties, and they, by self realization, performing their duties in the organization because they are self boost, because they are getting the human relation in the formal organization, right? So thus it is concluded that socio-psychological factor, right? This is the point, this is the main word, socio-psychological factor. Example: physical attention, recognition, and self group belonging exercise a greater influence on productivity than working condition, right? It means that the socio related to human, psychological related to the mind, right? The peacefulness of the mind, right? The informal relation, the friendly relation, right? So this is the main criteria of increasing the productivity, right? Rather than the physical factors, right? So it has been concluded that the psychological factors impact on the productivity, made a positive impact on the productivity rather than in comparison to the physical factor, which has been plus and minus in this particular relay assembly test room experiment, right? So this is all about the relay assembly test room experiment. Coming forward to the next experiment, mass interview program. Mass interview program was conducted in the year of 1928 to 1930. A large number of workers were interviewed. right? Around 20,000 workers, 20,000 employees in the organization have been taken. The interview has been conducted for 20,000 employees for the organization, right? In the year 1928 to 1930. Basically, it is organized. The interview has been organized to determine the employees' attitude towards company, and for viewing their vision for supervisory position, right? Insurance plan, promotion related matters, and the job and the pay which they are getting, are they are satisfied with the pay, and all these related matter has been discussed and keeping in viewpoint. These interviewers are conducted by the researchers, right? So these interviews are conducted by the researchers to understand workers' attitude and opinion on the factors influencing productivity, right? So for more productivity, what are the needs and wants of the workers, and what are the thoughts, and what are the satisfaction level, and what are the expectation the formal organization from the authorities to the workers. So all these things has to be justified, and all these things has to be extracted from the minds of the workers who are working in the formal organization. So this is the objective of conduction of this mass interview of around 20,000 workers in a formal organization. It was found that the opportunity to talk freely about things that are important to workers has a positive effect on their morale and productivity, right? So by these interviews, it has been extracted that there must be an opportunity to talk in the organization. It means there must be opportunity to communicate freely in the organization, and there must be no barrier, no more and restricted barrier among the supervisor and the subordinate, and the subordinate can easily communicate with the supervisor regarding the particular issue, regarding the problems, regarding the do's and don'ts, anything related, right? So there must be a positive talk, there must be a talk freely conversation between at all levels in the organization, so that it may improve the morale and the positive factor in the employees mind, and it may also impact the productivity level in the organization. The interview program gave valuable insight about the human behavior in the company. During the course of interviews, it was discovered that workers' behavior was being influenced by group behavior, right? So, in which the environment the worker is working, right? So, the worker will influence that behavior, so that environment should be good, right? And all the facilities should be there, and the workers must get all this satisfaction, and they must get the freely conversation between the all the levels, right? At least to the direct supervisor, there must be freely conversation between the subordinate and the supervisor, right? And there must be a satisfactionness of the, and there must be human relation among the supervisor and the subordinate, and between the subordinate and the subordinate, right? There must be mutual concern, there must be coordination, cooperation, and there must be a common vision, common goals of the achievement of organizational goals and wants, right? So this is all about this mass interview program which was conducted, right? Coming towards the last experiment, that is bank wiring observation room study. This experiment of bank wiring observation room study was conducted in 1931 to 1932. These experiments were conducted to find out the impact of small groups of the individual. In this experiment, a group of 14 male workers, right? 14 male workers were formed under close observation, where they were made to work into a small work groups, right? So in bank wiring observation room study, which was conducted in 1931 to 1932, there was a close observation for 14 male workers, the selected 14 male workers, and these 14 male workers have been subdivided in groups. A pay of each worker was made depend upon the performance of the group as a whole, right? So in according to this particular experiment, it has been made that the performance of the group implies the performance of the individual. It means if the group perform the productivity in the right manner, then they may be the right wage or salary to the employees working on it as a whole, right? So the productivity, the dependent, each of the person working, each 14 males who are working and in a group are dependent upon each other, and the performance will be considered for a group as a whole, right? Honorary wage for each worker fixed on the basis of average output, right? So the wage of the worker, the payment to the workers, all these 14 workers, the payment to the workers is dependent upon the performance of the whole group, right? If the whole group will perform, then the individual may get the wage and the income, the payment accordingly, right? The same thing is for bonuses, incentives, bonus as also payable to on the basis of group effort, right? If there will be group productivity, then the employee will get bonus, incentives, and the appraisals and all these things, right? So basically in this experiment, it was expected that highly efficient workers would bring pressure on less efficient workers to increase output and take advantage of group incentive plan, right? So it was expected that the highly efficient worker will make pressure and make able to take the work from less efficient workers in the organization, and this all group effort will increase the productivity in the organization. But however, the strategy did not work, and it was found that the group had developed its own norms of performance, and various forms of social pressures were exercised to enforce these norms, right? So many social pressures among the employees, among the 14 males has been created, right? And this experiment of the group effort, the group production has been failed, right? So what happened? Hence, the output did not increase despite group incentive scheme. So this bank wiring observation room study experiment shows that there must be this experiment fails on the basis of making the productivity by group activity, by making a group in the organization and making the high efficient workers to take the work with less efficient workers and increase the productivity level. So this technique, this strategy has been failed in according to bank wiring observation room study by Max by this particular author, right? So this is all about the this bank wiring experiment, right? Coming towards the diagram, here you can see a diagram which shows the 4 experiment. First is elimination experiment. We have discussed elimination experiment, which is conducted in the year 1924 to 27, which is related to the lighting in the formal organization, and it is it is assumed that the lighting may impact the positive or negative, but further it is concluded that there is no major role of lighting for productivity in the organization, right? The second experiment is relay assembly test room experiment, in which six workers, six girls has been selected from in the formal organization, and they have given some physical facilities, some changes like hot food, informal relations, informal and friendly relation with the supervisor, and all these facilities. But still, it has been concluded that there must be social psychological relation in the formal organization rather than physical things which has been added for the productivity, right? And the third is the master interviewing program, right? Master interviewing program, there interview has been conducted of around 20,000 employees and workers in the organization, and it has been notified all their expectations of the workers, and what are the desires and what are the thoughts regarding the formal organization, what are their needs and wants in the formal organization, and how the productivity can be increased in the organization, right? So all these things has been notified. And the last is bank wiring observation room experiment, which is conducted on 14 male workers in the organization, and they are made in different groups, and it is assumed that the efficient worker will take the work from the inefficient worker and increase the productivity, but it is concluded that it cannot be possible in the organization, right? So these all are the four subdivision of Hawthorne experiments, which are given by Alton Mayo, the father of human resource management. Hope you have understood. Now coming towards the advantages, findings and conclusions of Hawthorne experiment. The first finding: an organization is psychosocial net system, right? Psycho is related to mind, social related to people, right? System, process, right? Where the all will be working on, right? So it is psychosocial system. It means there must be human relation in the organization other than physical factors available in the organization. Social and psychological factors exercise a greater influence on employees' behavior and performance than physical conditions of work, right? As I said my previous slides also, that there must be a social bond, a human relation among the employees, among the subordinate and the supervisors, instead of only the physical conditions which are given to them, right? So there must also be an influence, a social atmosphere, a social bond between the supervisor and the subordinate in the organization. The behavior of the individual is dominated by the group of which he is member, right? So there must be proper environment in the organization, because the environment dominates the individual's moods and individual behavior in the organization. So, and the individual behavior depends upon the environment itself, and if the mood, the behavior of the employees will be good in the organization, then it will be good for productivity also. Work is a group activity, right? So work is basically a group activity in which all are working together for a common objective. The need for recognition, security, and sense of belonging is more important in determining workers' morale and productivity, right? So if we want productivity and if we want the production in the organization, then we have to give the employees the proper recognition, proper security, safety, and we have to increase the sense of belonging towards them, right? So these are the basic things, and the human related things, and the personal satisfaction of the employees, which every employees and workers want in the organization from their employer, so that they can work happily in the organization for a long run. The worker is a person whose attitude and efforts are conditioned by social demand from both inside and outside the working area, right? So there must be fulfillment of social demand. Social demand is related to all the human relations, all the human needs, and all the satisfaction level of the individual person by working in the organization, maybe the inside the organization or maybe outdoor duties, right? Informal groups within the working area exercise strong social control over the work habits and attitude of the individual worker. Right? So, these all are the major findings and conclusions of Hawthorne experiment. Hope you have understood Hawthorne experiment in detail. We have discussed all four sub experiments of the Hawthorne experiment, and we have also discussed the findings and conclusions of this Hawthorne experiment. Thanks for watching my video. For more related videos, do like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.